At this stage in the project, we've identified practices and skills linked in varying configurations. We've identified 2 key practices and 3 key skills. The first practice is building stakeholder relationships through knowledge sharing. It involves strategically collecting, making use of, and diffusing knowledge and expertise from sources both within the organization or the multinational corporation and external sources. A diversity of sources is important, but also key are strategic conversations with people or stakeholders from outside the organization. It is important to demonstrate accountability and impact within the multinational corporation, for instance, by keeping track of metrics and developing indicators to measure impact of the social innovation. In this practice, there is also introduction of new knowledge, reporting on policy development, bridging relations between communities of practice, for instance, cross-industry conversations through seminars and workshops, etc. The skills linked to this practice are analytical skills to effectively gather and process information. This allows the activists to engage with the stakeholders, build and maintain credibility, but also to present the case on business terms. And also communication skills that are crucial at this stage, specifically the ability to adapt the social activist communication skills and style depending on the audience. The second practice is creating meaning through stories and framing. It involves telling stories that resonate with others. It means that the social activist needs to be receptive to the needs and frames of reference of the audience. It involves to understand their cultural frames, to their identities, their expectations, and so on. Some activists say that having a good business case is more important for sustained engagement than creating an environment that is warm and fuzzy. It also implies building a sense of community to tackle challenge. And the practice also shows how others have achieved similar goals. It takes a lot of behind-the-scenes action. The skills that are related to this practice are analytical skills and communication and negotiation skills. For instance, the activists say that they need to lobby for the initiative. They adapt the story and the message to make it appealing to the audience. And, they think on how targeting racial inequalities may be of interest of the multinational corporation from a financial perspective, for instance. And the final idea around skills here is that the issue that is on the table needs to be reduced at some stage to a binary choice between the collective good and the individual interest, or between progressiveness and conservatism.
Our research has found out that activists are important in reducing societal inequalities. MNCs can either nurture them internally or partner with them externally. To start with, MNCs can create channels for lower level and external employees to voice innovative ideas. We found that the potential activists tend to be at the lower level position of the company. As MNCs have multiple layers of hierarchy, it is very important for MNCs to create participative communication channels. So the purpose of such channels are threefold. First, activists can gather there, and then activists can develop the ideas further through talking, communicating with each other. And third, this is also a place for leaders to pay attention to and to support and nurture social activism. So after MNCs have identified potential activists, they could provide additional communication and analytical skills training to them. Because of the complexity of multinational organizations, and they tend also to operate in a diverse environment around the world, it is very important for MNCs to provide further training to these potential activists who may already be very good communicator. So through these trainings, the routines of these potential activists could be challenged. They can also take the training as an opportunity to reflect on their innovative ideas. And such trainings can also help them analyze the collected information and apply them strategically in work settings. Examples of such trainings are, for example, longitudinal analytical skill training, scenario planning training, and critical incident training. Finally, multinational corporations can provide international exposure to employees in key functions to nurture social innovation. Traditionally used as an effective tool to nurture global leaders, international experience is also crucial in nurturing different thinking and innovation. Employees can be exposed internationally through different ways. For example, through participation in virtual global team meetings and through participation in international cosmopolitan communities, and also through the conventional international assignments.